You know, I've been working on the games for a couple years, so I'm really used to picturing it in my head, but seeing it in person, it's like finally living in this space that's been in my head and, you know, on my TV as a gamer. So, I mean, it's pretty cool to be in Silent Hill. Silent Hill is this creepy town where people come and kind of have their inner demons exposed. It's a place where on the outside it looks a little quaint, nothing out of the ordinary, but it's a little too quiet. If you're there long enough, reality melts away and you're in your worst nightmare.
Welcome to Silent Hill is basically taking all of the Silent Hill video games and the movies and combining them together to create a great haunted attraction. Now there's a lot of Silent Hill games, so on a research side, we had to go through endless material. We brought in gamers to work directly with us, and I had a huge advantage. I could talk directly to Tom, who's the game designer for the more recent Silent Hill games. So, working together collaboratively, we had to try to figure out how to translate a video game into a haunted attraction. The idea being, there's so much good music in Silent Hill, so the idea was, you know, we'll get a lot of people that come back multiple nights.
Yeah.
And
it'll be a little
if they
bit
come back, they'll hear different tracks,
Yep.
which is kind of cool.
Collaborating with Universal has been really great, actually. The effort they put behind this stuff is amazing, and you know, it's really like they're making a movie.
What's really exciting about Halloween Horror Nights is our ability to work with so many talented movie makers, filmmakers, and in the case of Welcome to Silent Hill, game designers. So all through the process of creating this attraction, I was working with Tom, and I was sending him emails back and forth saying, Tom, okay, I'm building the town for Silent Hill. What would be the names of the shops that we'd see in the town? All the little details that gamers experience as they're playing the various games of Silent Hill. We wanted to hit those details for the fans.
My first reaction was that it looked pretty authentic. I mean, it looks like Silent Hill. Well, the wow moment kind of is the classroom. You know, the walls are kind of falling apart and everything's weathered and weird and the desks are gross. You know, it looks like the classroom from the game. And that's the very first game. So that's been around for 13 plus years and it's kind of creepy being here.
As a designer, one of the really fun things with working with Silent Hill is the game world and the movie world, because there's a brand new game coming out called Book of Memories. There's a brand new film coming out called Silent Hill Revelation. And picking and choosing which iterations of the characters to do in our attraction. So for example, when you see the nurses in Welcome to Silent Hill, they're the nurses from the most recent movie. When you see Pyramid Head, he's Pyramid Head as you know him from the game. So all throughout this attraction, we're bringing in elements of the games and bringing elements of the films. Now, when you're working with a video game, there's entirely different challenges when you're trying to translate that to a live experience like the one I'm sitting in right now. And probably the biggest challenge was how to do Pyramid Head, because if you look at him in the game, he's huge and he's wearing this giant helmet. And of course, we work with live talent. It's a live attraction. So that's one of the things that we worked the hardest on, was how to do Pyramid Head and deliver him live in an attraction. And where we landed was we needed to have that height. So we did him on stilts. But he's also got this huge helmet. So working with our makeup artist, we created this special vacuum plastic helmet that looks like it's metal, but in fact it's incredibly light. So Pyramid Head can run around the maze with his great knife and scare our guests and still do all the things we needed an actor to do.
When fans see Pyramid Head for the first time, I mean, they're used to seeing him about this big, and maybe this big if they have a nice television. But I think in person, when you realize how much smaller than him you are, that's a different thing. And I think there'll be sort of a visceral response to that. Seeing that in real life is going to be scary.